Hi there. This is a test tutorial where I'm going to show you how to use Blender. As you can see now, the screen here is open, and this is exactly how it's going to look like when you open Blender for the very first time. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, you basically have this cube you can move around. You can click the middle mouse button in order to move the screen around. I am in trackball mode. You can go into user preferences if you want to change this. You can basically set up how you rotate the screen by using turntable here or trackball, or you can use auto zooming or auto perspective and stuff like that if you press these two. I'm using auto perspective, which means I can basically change between, well, isometric view and a 3D view. And if I see the objects from different, oh, why is it showing Japanese now? That's kind of weird. Okay, but never mind that. It's going to show normal if I do this. Yeah, right. All right, good. Because I have this annotation software running here, and I have no idea why it showed the Japanese signs when I'm using the numeric buttons. But anyway, let's go. If you want to move around, you can hold the shift button while you are holding the middle mouse, and then you can pan around. And you can zoom by using the scroll wheel of your mouse. And that's basically how you move around in Blender. You can also use the numeric keys to watch from the side. For example, I'm pressing 1 here, 7 from top, right, left, etc., etc. And you can actually see it up in the top screen there. See what I mean? It says actually what I'm pressing. So that should be okay and easy to see. Right? All right. Let's get started. In order to get to modeling, I have to right-click on this object. That's what I'm doing now. I'm right-clicking with the mouse, and I'm pressing Tab in order to get into edit mode. In edit mode, I can right-click on any of these vertices in order to move them around. You don't have to use the arrows to move them around. You can actually just grab the center of the circle and basically move it around. But if you want to move it accurately around, you probably want to use these anyway. As you can see, I'm pressing Control Z here in order to redo, so I can start from scratch again. There are different polygonal modes in here. There's edge mode and vertex mode, and then you have face select, which is selecting a polygon basically. And that's what we're going to be using right now. I'm going to click the top here, like this, and I'm going to extrude it by pressing E. I'm going to watch it from the side because it makes it easier to rotate. This is basically what I'm doing. I'm also pressing G in order to move it exactly where I want it. So it's a fairly easy thing to do. And here is where you can see the auto perspective being very practical, or the auto depth. It means it switches between 2D and 3D sort of view automatically, so you don't have to set that manually. That's actually very practical. And if you want to soften this, you want to put on some smoother or smooth modifier, which basically subdivides the whole entire object instead. It makes smaller squares, if you like. It makes smaller quads. This surface, as you can see here, the surface, that square there, that's a quad. It consists of 2 triangles, actually. That's the smallest polygon you can get. A polygon usually consists of at least 3 vertices. That gives you a surface. You can draw a surface, and if you draw a square like this, if you draw a triangle like this, you'll be able to fill it, and that's why it's a polygon anyway. So let's smooth this object. I'm going into the modifier. You can actually pull the menu. If you can't see the entire menu, you can actually just drag it out here and organize it any way you want. There's a lot of small miniature buttons you can press, or tabs you can press here in order to expand the menu. I'm not going to show you that right now, but I'm going to show you how to smooth this object. So what I'm doing is that I'm going, that's the material editor, by the way. And here you have the modifiers. That's the little wrench tool here. In the olden days, we used something called subdivision surfaces. You can select how many times you want it to divide, and you can still see the base mesh. That makes it much easier to work with. Because you can see what you're actually doing when you do this. You can multi-select too by pressing Shift and G when you're moving it. You don't press Shift and G to move it, but you press Shift if you want to select more than just one vertices. And the same thing with squares and polygons and stuff like that. You can just hold Shift down to multi-select. It's very easy. Okay, and you can extrude just as normal. No problem at all. Oh, oops. And of course, you can also switch between these two modes by pressing, let's see here. Yeah, you can press Control, and yeah, Control plus the tab button, and you can select between vertex, edge, and face. So that's a quicker way instead of just having to move all the way down here. But you can do it many ways. Yeah. All right. If you want to truly smooth this, you have to exit edit mode and go into object mode. This is object mode. You can move around the whole entire object. You can easily see that you are in object mode now because there's no vertices or anything like that to move around. And you can go up here and smooth the whole thing. You can basically only do this in when you're not in edit mode, unless you want to edit or smooth individual areas, in which case you have to be in edit mode anyway. But now you can see the whole entire thing is smooth. You can even edit it in smooth mode. That's okay. You can use the same rules as you did before. You can just do anything you really want to, like this. It's very simple. Not rocket science at all. And that's basically how it works. But here's the big but. And this is something you need to take care of. We don't use subdiv anymore. We use resolution. I'm going to show you. I'm going to remove this. We use let's see where it is. Multi-resolution these days. It is essentially the same, except it's a little bit more advanced. You can use it with sculpting mode, which you can't use with the subdivide modifier. The subdivide modifier was the old modifier we used to make things smooth in Blender. We don't use that one anymore. We use this one instead. Okay, I'm going to subdivide once. The way to do that is simply by... that should be active, but it's not. Oh yeah, right. I need to exit edit mode and just subdivide once or twice. It's not really necessary to have a lot more, because the more you subdivide, the more messier the entire object's going to be, and it's going to be more difficult for you to edit later on. And you can, of course, select if you want to see how you edit these things at the same time. I'm going to subdivide it just one more. And to show you what I meant by sculpt mode, I'm going to go into sculpt mode here. And you can see you get some options up there where you can select different kind of paint tools. And you can basically just draw stuff directly on it, like this, if you want to. So it's kind of like drawing in 3D, if you like. You can hold Shift down to smooth, and you can hold Control in order to inverse what you're doing. You can even mirror it by using symmetry. It's already using symmetry, but it's probably doing it from a different angle, a different direction. This should do it. Yeah, this does it right here. So now I can do that right here. All right. As you can see, it appears on the other side as well. So that's basically how Blender sculpt mode works. You can do a lot more details quicker than that too if you want to work that. But you can find out yourself by watching this video now. So you can just watch it over again if you didn't catch what I was doing anyway. So that should be easy. Gonna exit object mode now. And to duplicate object is also very easy. You just press Shift and D at the same time, and then you duplicate an object. These are all now individual objects, so they can be edited individually if you like. If you want to reference copy these, you have to copy them with Alt and D. And then this one will be referencing the other one. Yeah. Should have done that, but I didn't do that. Things have changed in Blender. Okay, this is just a test anyway, so I'm just going to upload this to Google and or YouTube anyway and see what happens. So bye for now. If you're curious, I'm really just testing my equipment here. I have a brand new setup, super fast internet, new microphone, new everything, new selfie camera if you like. This is the other camera which I'm using here when I'm instructing stuff on this computer screen, etc. So hopefully that's going to work really great. I can record without any limits right now. I have a huge hard disk and a huge memory, so it should be ready. It doesn't even blink. I mean, I blink more than that. All right, so never mind. Oh yeah, escape, right. I'm just going to stop it here. There you go.